G'day folks, it's Brian from Northeast Outdoors here. I've come to a spot near home to collect a bit of fatwood to add to my kit. And just in case you didn't know what fatwood is a pine wood which is soaked in pine resin basically, which you harvest from pine trees such as this one obviously. This one's fallen down and it's pretty rotten for the most part. The best places to find fatwood that I found are spots just like this. I'm not sure if you can see it very well, but just like this here, you can see where there's been an injury, i.e. the limb's been cut off or broken off, and all the sap will run back into the joint where the limb actually meets the trunk of the tree, and it'll be in that area. You'll also find it if you cut away enough of the rotten bark and whatever else. You'll also find fatwood in the skin of the tree, I suppose you'd call it. It's not the bark, but it's below the bark. And you can see, I don't know how well you can see it, but this here that I'm shaving away with my knife now is absolutely saturated in sap. And if you can see it very well, I'll bring you a bit closer in a second so you can see. You can see the colour of it is actually almost purple, or deep red, orange sort of colour, and that's a good sign that there is a large amount of sap in that area. Now I suppose it's a bit of a temptation to take as much as you can carry, but you only probably need as much as you can use. You don't want to store it up for any period of time. It does smell. It's got a very strong odour of mineral terps, if you know what mineral terp smells like, or paraffin maybe. That's what it smells like. I've already collected a few pieces and I'll show you them later how fatwood actually works, but I'll bring you over and you can have a look at this. Okay folks, I'm back. Let's clean this shit off the end of my knife. So this here is the area I was talking about before. You can see that, you know, compared to this area, the difference in colour, and that looks like wax, nearly like candle wax. It's that in soaked in resin, and when I stick the point of my knife in it, you can actually see the resin starting to ooze out slightly. But that is the sort of stuff that you can use in your bushcraft kit as a part of your fire lighting. And you can see as I shave these shavings off, they're coming off and it looks almost translucent. You can almost see through it. I'll spend a few more minutes here and I'll click some more. I'll take it home and then I'll be able to show you how it works when we get home. Alright, I'll speak to you soon. Good afternoon folks, Brian from Northeast Outdoors back again. I'm back home now with the fatwood that we collected earlier out of the fallen pine tree that you saw me at, and I've processed it down now into a few manageable chunks. There's a bit more, but I'm not going to worry about that just for the time being. So this is it. This is the fatwood. You can see the orange colour that I was talking about, which indicates, you know, the presence of sap in the wood, the resin in the wood. Some bits are better than others. I don't know why I guess it's just where the sap's collected more than in other areas. And what I'll do now though is I'll show you how you can use it to light your fire. So just bear with me for a second or two. To use the fatwood to light fires, all you simply need to do is shave a small pile of the fatwood off into a heap. Doesn't have to be too much. Some small shavings, and then using your ferro rod, strike a spark into it and it should catch fairly quickly, like this. You have to bear with me, the wind's blowing around a bit, and hopefully all my shavings will stay, they won't get blown away. Alrighty, as you can see, that's not a great big bag. Oh, sorry, that's not a great big pile of shavings there. If the wind is kind to me, I'll light this up for you. Right, you'll notice quite thick black smoke coming off it. That's obviously due to the pitch. Sorry about that. That's my phone ringing. That should be plenty enough to get a fire going. Doesn't normally take me that many strikes with the ferro rod, but that might be because this wood's not as saturated in sap as some of the other stuff that I've had. Still burning. I haven't timed it, but that's probably a minute. So there you go, folks, that's fatwood. Go out and find your own source. Don't abuse it. Make sure you save some for another time. If you've got any questions or comments, just leave them down there and I'll get to them and I'll respond to your questions and comments. Please subscribe to my channel, Northeast Outdoors. I'm no professional and I don't claim to be, but I do enjoy the bush and I hope you do too. Thanks for watching and get out there.